En el 2014, fundaciones distribuyeron $2,7 mil millones en apoyo a los derechos humanos. América del Norte respondió por la mayoría de los financiadores, el 85%. Aproximadamente el 46% del financiamiento para derechos humanos en el 2014 se centró en el trabajo con derechos en América del Norte. La segunda región más apoyada fue Europa Occidental, con un 13% del total del financiamiento. El África subsahariana siguió con 10%. Aproximadamente la mitad de los fondos para el trabajo con derechos humanos en el Sur Global es destinado a grupos en Europa y en Estados Unidos para trabajar en esas regiones, en lugar de ir directamente a grupos basados en esas regiones. Del mismo modo, casi todos los fondos para el trabajo internacional de derechos humanos van a grupos en los Estados Unidos y en Europa.
Human rights work is a long-term work. It's a struggle. It's not. It doesn't happen overnight. It changes. So you need a partner, a funder who is committed for a long term, but who is flexible enough to understand that you are operating as everyone else in a changing context, and that requires adaptation. And you are not able to say what would be required or what would be impactful in 3 years' time from now.
If projects were mostly, if funding came mostly from project-based opportunities, then it would be really hard to create these synergies between the three levels, local, national, and international, because there is a lot of experimentation going on. It's not easy to anticipate which opportunities at the global level will translate into opportunities at the local or national level, or vice versa.
The only way you can really practice responsive philanthropy is by listening more to what the needs of our partners are, how they think they're going to be effective, because they know best. And so trusting your partners, trusting them that they know best, listening to them, and then giving them the kind of unrestricted support, long-term support that really focuses on sustainability.
There's inherently an imbalance of power where money is changing hands. So what is a real partnership based on shared values and a shared understanding of strategy can become perverted by nature of that financial relationship.
If it was possible to fundraise locally, how will that affect the local dynamics? The accusation that happens that we are pursuing a foreign agenda because we get a significant amount of funding from foreign sources, that would first of all be severely challenged. But secondly, the north-south power dynamic would also be severely challenged, because what happens is, to a significant extent, because the north funds the south, the north also defines the agenda for what the human rights agenda is for the south, because it is the one that is providing the funding.
If the net flow of money, if you look at it from Africa to Europe, is still more than what Europe gave. So you have to understand the political economy of aid, this north versus south. So why should somebody from India being apologetic, this is my argument, take money from UK? I don't need to be apologetic about it, because you have taken my money for 300 years.
We have to understand that there are massive resources within countries across the globe with people's talent, people's time, people's energy, people's commitment. And what we've seen with human rights defenders and human rights groups around the world is that they are able to organise, they are able to deliver really effective programmes at community level, at national level. And while they may not have significant resourcing, they are creating change, they are creating momentum, and we shouldn't undervalue that huge contribution. Indeed, we can expect more, because it's clear that the human rights movement is growing, that people are going to continue to give of their time, and I think that's what we have to nurture and ensure that from the bottom up we're creating the space for people to come in and give of their time voluntarily in the human rights movement.
I think we have got to increasingly look to and develop local philanthropy and local awareness, homegrown and domestic philanthropy as a source of funding. It is not something that we've worked very well with, but it is something that is now worth exploring. Secondly, and as part of that exploration, it would have to be to think through how to get funding for aspects of the work that we do from corporate entities that are capable of funding that type of work.
Whether you are based in Nairobi, or somebody is based in Brazil, or somebody is based in Bangkok, we all work on a universal narrative. So then the theory is the funding could come from anywhere. Those who believe in universalism.